What's going on, everybody? It's the Bearded One back with another beer review, and we are doing Blue Pants Brewery Pils. Oh my gosh, I'm drinking a Pilsner in January. At least at the time I'm recording this is January. I'm not too sure when I'm going to be dropping this video because I'm about to be just dead in the middle of stout month, and I'll be drinking nothing but stouts. But anyways, it is January as of the time of this video, and hashtag seasonal drinking is for losers. I'll do what I want. I didn't purposely buy this beer because it's a Pilsner and it's January, just to be contrarian. If you haven't seen my other Blue Pants Brewery videos, if you're new to the channel, I'll just reiterate. Blue Pants is, they've closed down their production facility. It seems like they're still brewing somewhere. I know they put a letter out back in August on their website stating that they'll fulfill contracts and stuff. I've said this in previous videos, and I saw that my favorite beer store had their Goza on the shelf, and it was a fairly new acquisition. It wasn't something that had been sitting on the shelf for a while, so maybe they're still brewing as of January 2020. Really, I just want to give this brewery and this beer a proper send-off, as they are winding down production and getting ready, the staff anyways, getting ready for the next phase of their lives. And it tears my heart up. Now, I don't want to act like I was the biggest fan and I was there day one. I don't want to be that guy. And I've already stated this in other videos, but I have been to the brewery. I've had several of their beers before the rebranding. And it just breaks my heart to see any brewery, especially a local one, shutting their doors. Now, this Pilsner, before we get into the review, this Pilsner is definitely, it's a German to the max. I don't know if it's traditional style, but the ingredients are very German. They got their yeast from a famous Munich brewery, as they put it. Their hops are Spalt Tettnanger. I don't know if that's the same variety as Tettnang, the accredited German noble hop, Tettnang, but this one is Tettnanger. And then they used Hallertau Tradition. Don't know if that's the same variety as Hallertau Mittelfrüh or Hallertau. I don't know if they're all the same variety and we just give them different names. I don't know. And then they also used Munich malt, I believe, and then a Weyermann's Premium Pilsner malt. Yeah, Pilsner. So that's the information on this. I'm pretty sure this is sessionable. Yeah, 5.6%. So if you do see this, you know, we got NFL playoffs going on right now. As of the time of this video, as of the time I probably dropped this, maybe we're getting into March Madness, getting ready for NHL playoffs and NBA playoffs. So if you're looking for a good local Alabama beer that's sessionable, this might be your option. Typical Pilsner head, foamy and then dissipated pretty quick, and now we're just, I mean, it's just random bubbles laying on top of the beer. Looks typically American macro lager like, pale yellow. Not a lot of carbonation though. Kind of reminds me of a cream ale in terms of the carbonation. Yeah, nothing's going on in this beer. No sediment, pretty clean. I'd say murky, not hazy. I would say murky. I can see through it, but it's murky. So that would be my scale of, like, from clean to motor oil. Murky would be leaning towards clean. So surprisingly, I'm not getting the hops. So I got this from Das Beer House in Huntsville, which is not the place I usually get my beer from. I will not name this place, but the place I usually get my beer from, their singles can sometimes sit on a room temperature rack for a long time. And bless their heart, I guess they don't just have enough knowledge on how to take care of their singles. But I don't want to give this place any bad press because they're a wonderful place and I'm glad they're in my town. So I will not be naming that place on the internet. But Das Beer House seems to take more care of their beer. Nothing's sitting out by a window. The temperature isn't just scorching hot in there, and they even put singles in a refrigerator. So I'm saying all that to say, I don't know if Das Beer House is to blame for the no hop aroma. I really did expect some hop aroma going on in here, with it being an American Pils, even if they use the German noble hops. And this is traditional all the way, if you ask me. Just a clean, delicate bready note. I get like buttered biscuits almost. I feel like the soap for my hands is interfering with the aroma. Let me try to wake this yeast up, or let me try to wake this beer up, see if I can get something. That soap is just interfering, so excuse me if I look stupid. I want to say I get like floral in here, like a delicate floral coming from the hops, and then like just a very delicate sweet. I don't want to say dimethyl sulfur. No, it's not diacetyl. I don't want to say diacetyl, but I do get like a buttery biscuit thing, but it doesn't come off as like the creamed corn, or the vegetal off flavor, or just full blown ass diacetyl. Which, if you don't know what diacetyl is, that's it's movie theater popcorn butter. It's actually in like movie theater popcorn butter, and it's considered to be an off flavor in some beers, not so much in a Pilsner, but what I'm smelling I don't think is diacetyl. It's just I think the malt is just triggering memories in my brain of buttery biscuits. I don't think it's actual diacetyl. And that's about it. I really like the sweet, delicate nose. This is a pleasant nose. This is a beautiful Pilsner. I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited. I am really excited that this brewery has something for me. It's also bittersweet. The beer is bittersweet as well, so that's a double-edged sword. But with this brewery discontinuing production, kind of winding down, I'm sad I can't keep buying this Pils. This is a great Pils. Yeah, crisp, clean, refreshing. With the lighter beers and lighter bodied beers, obviously this being a Pils, it's a little more thin. Not the thinnest beer in the world, but I definitely call it a thin-bodied beer. But with that usually comes what I like to call just the water kind of gets put on display, at least for me, in thinner bodied beers. And I like in this case that the water just gives like a refreshing quality to it. And so when I'm saying refreshing, that's really what I mean, is when the quality of the water is on display in this beer. And I don't mean it has a watered down flavor by any means. Oh yeah, and then that staple, like I feel like I'm drinking a German beer, honestly. I recognize the German noble hops. I feel like I'm getting to the point now where I can definitely recognize Hallertau. I don't know about Spalt or Saaz or Tettnang. I feel like if Hallertau's in a beer, I definitely pick up on that. And then just that staple German noble bitterness, where it's just kind of a mild bitterness. It's there, it's prevalent. This is not a malt forward beer, I would say, but it's not a hop forward beer either. If you've had what would be comparable? If you've just had like any not real heavy German beer from Germany, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about with that bitterness level. It does have a little bit of bitterness to it though, but I feel like it's just delicate enough to be cohesive with the Pilsner malt that they used. So yeah, I think recommendations. I think there's just enough hop presence to maybe turn off novices to craft beer. I know when I was getting into craft beer, the more hop forward, like I would gravitate towards the Pilsners is what I should have started off with, because I felt like it was safe and it was more like Craft's answer to the macro lager, which I was already a fan of, which we all usually are when we start off drinking beer. And then when I would drink like a Pilsner from a craft brewery with a hop presence to it, it really turned me off. But now that my palate's developed, I've had enough beer. I think it's really good, and I think a Pilsner fan in general, if you can navigate the Pilsner style pretty well, you know what to expect, and you know what to handle as far as the hops go. Yeah, I'd recommend this to a Pilsner fan, and then the lighter German lager fans. I think if you can find this on a shelf, which granted, this is going to be really a niche beer. They didn't have great distribution. I don't even know how good their distribution was just inside the state of Alabama. But if you find Blue Pants, give their pills a try. So far, I think it's my favorite beer of their offerings. So yeah, well, here finally, right at the end of the video, I'm getting some carbonation going on, some bubbles floating to the top. Go figure. So a grade, what would I grade this? I'm not the biggest Pils fan in the world. So I feel like if you like Pilsners, you would probably rate this higher than I would. I still do, objectively looking at it, I still do think it's a very quality Pilsner. I think this might have been Blue Pants, just the beer that they nailed. I think this was a beer that people probably looked forward to. This is a seasonal offering as well from them. Excuse me. I just it's a little too hoppy for me, in my opinion, for what I like in a Pils. So for that, I'm gonna give it a 3.75 out of 5. It's a B plus beer, which is still a damn good beer in my opinion. I would go back and buy a B plus beer again, for sure. I really appreciate the fact that they went really traditional on this. I'm a traditionalist at heart, so I really respect that. I think that's all I got, guys. Blue Pants Brewery out of Madison, Alabama. RIP 3.75 out of 5. The Pils. Until next time, guys. Cheers.